Right now at noon, with Thanksgiving just 2 days away, we'll have some tips to save this holiday.
And we've got ourselves a day that's a little bit warmer across the area. We'll take a look at that forecast and tell you what a top line and bottom line is all about coming up.
Plus, winter is just around the corner, and now is the time to prep your car for the cooler temps.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, with Thanksgiving right around the corner, shoppers are looking for ways to save money. This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Molly Snowy. KOAM's Melissa Alexis spoke to some shoppers at Harps and Baxter Springs about their tips for saving.
Stuffing and mashed potatoes. If you make a good mashed potato, it's so good. You can never go wrong with turkey.
Those are a few things Libby Bergen has on her list for Thanksgiving dinner. But while she shops for the ingredients to her Thanksgiving meals,
Things are really expensive right now.
she's keeping a few saving tips in mind.
I always look for something that is cheaper but will work the same as what might have been more expensive. We always want to try to save a little bit more money because it's a lot of money to spend, especially right before Christmas.
According to the American Farm Bureau Federation, this year, Thanksgiving meals will cost 5% less than last year. But Thanksgiving meals are still up about 20% compared to 5 years ago. Harps Food Store's manager encourages shoppers to download store apps and use store coupons to save money on Thanksgiving dinner.
Download, get registered, say you've clicked your coupons or you grab the ad.
At Harps Food Stores, they're offering discounts on select items on their My Hometown Rewards app this holiday season. All they have to do is scan the barcode on their app.
Right here, it shows it with the QR code. It'll pull everything up on the register, and once we hit our final button, it'll take all your discounts off.
Studies show that purchasing the generic item equivalent rather than the name branded item can provide a mean savings of 44%.
Always check prices before you put it in the bag if you're trying to save money.
Reporting in Baxter Springs, Melissa Alexis, KOAM News.
At Harps Food Stores, with a purchase of $100, shoppers can get a free turkey. All they have to do is scan the barcode on their app. There are many places during the holidays who are serving up Thanksgiving dinners that won't cost a thing. Scan this QR code and head over to our events page on KOAMNewsNow.com for a list of places hosting Thanksgiving Day dinners. Now, keep in mind, some places may require sign-ups before you can attend, so check in with host organizations to make sure. Now, while you're on our events page, make sure and check out all of the other events happening in and around the area. Now, let's check in with Chris Warner for a look at the forecast.
Yeah, we've got those partly to mostly cloudy skies out there. You can see that from the MoDOT camera at 32nd and Range Line in Joplin. So otherwise, fair skies. Same from our camera in downtown Pittsburgh. There's some clouds, there's some not clouds. So again, it's a mix of partly to mostly cloudy skies. Yesterday, remember what we talked about early in the morning? Yeah, this high of 61, we hit at about 2 a.m. Temperatures fell from there. We started the day at 28 degrees. That's how cold it was. It's warming up progressively. 47 in Joplin, 41 in Pittsburgh. That's where we're sitting. Of course, a little cooler up north. We've got some low 40s out there. We've had some thicker cloud cover in some locations. And then down south, we've got upper 40s to even some low 50s in parts of Delaware County. Through the rest of the evening, again, temperatures will eventually make the low 50s for most of us. Clouds will increase into the evening hours. Will start to be cloudy as we go overnight. Temperatures, though, because of the clouds, they'll slowly fall back into the low 40s by 11 o'clock. We have some rain chances tomorrow. We're going to talk about that, plus your Thanksgiving Day forecast here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, thanks, Chris. We've enjoyed some mild days this fall, but don't be fooled. Winter is just around the corner, and with it, falling temperatures. Now, these cold conditions affect not only us, but also our vehicles. Now, the question now, do you have the essentials in your car if you get stranded? We spoke to experts who shared crucial advice on how to stay safe and prepared in case you need roadside assistance.
It really starts with, performing those regular maintenance items, making sure you're keeping up with your oil changes, getting your tires rotated. But tires are important during the winter. You want to make sure you have enough tread depth in your tires. And an easy way to check that at home is you could take a quarter, turn it upside down, put it in your tread. If you can see the top of Washington's head sticking out, then you know that it's likely time to start looking for some new tires.
Achbaria says colder temperatures also can cause your battery power to drop 35%. He recommends keeping jumper cables in your vehicle at all times. Last night, hundreds of Carthage residents gathered at Central Park in Carthage to watch as the mayor and the Carthage Water and Electric Board president flip the switch, turning the park into a winter wonderland. Now, this is the fourth year for Sparkle in the Park, a dazzling light display created by Carthage Water and Electric Plant employees.
So I'm with my sister and one of my good friends, and so I brought my sister out because I'm home from college for Thanksgiving break, and so I was like, let's come and see the lights at Carthage, and then got to bring one of my friends with me as well, and so it's just really special to get to come with your family and your friends and hang out and take pictures and just have a good time.
A Sparkle in the Park featured appearances by both Santa, his elves, and the Grinch. The Joplin Parks and Recreation will soon put a cost share grant from the Missouri Department of Conservation to good use. The department will use the Community Forestry Cost Share Grant to update its existing tree inventory, assess trees for risk in city parks, and prune trees in Campbell Parkway and Senator Ron Richard Memorial Park. Joplin Parks and Rec staff collect tree and forest information to make decisions about tree care that benefits residents and improves the safety and health of pruned trees in these areas. The HHPR Club at Pitt State encourages the public to take a walk in someone else's shoes. Yesterday, the club hosted the Souls for Souls shoe drive. Now, the club invited the public out to donate lightly used shoes for those in need. If you missed the opportunity to donate yesterday, don't worry. The drive runs for the entire month of November. Well, coming up, President-elect Trump's transition continues as he looks to fulfill promises made on the campaign trail. And later, we're making stuffed and rolled turkey breast in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Neosho authorities bring multiple charges against a Kansas City man, including assault on law enforcement. The charges stem from an incident which allegedly occurred Sunday at the Rangeline Road exit off Interstate 44. Now, Lamar Davis of Kansas City has been charged on a 6-count complaint. Now, those charges include trafficking drugs in the first degree, assault on law enforcement, and resisting arrest. A request for a high bond also indicates the defendant stands charged in Oklahoma with drug trafficking and resisting arrest arising from an incident occurring in Craig County on November 28, 2023, in addition to other prior convictions for similar conduct. A harrowing moment for a Wichita, Kansas man. Kyle Walker says he was sleeping when the shooter started firing rounds into his home, 18 in total. Now, Walker rolled onto the floor, but bullets riddled his bedding and the floor leading to his bathroom. While he managed to escape injury, his dog was struck once in the leg. Walker says he is unsure why anyone would target him.
Following, I've tried to think maybe I honked at someone and he followed me home, or he watched me walking the dog here or something.
Authorities are investigating the incident, and we have more on this story on our website. That's KOAMnewsnow.com. Well, President-elect Donald Trump is threatening to use tariffs as a way to help stop the flow of illegal drugs and migrants into the United States. Now, Trump posted about his plan the same day that the Justice Department special counsel moved to drop 2 federal cases against him. Natalie Brand has the latest from the White House.
Making good on a campaign promise, President-elect Donald Trump threatened on social media that one of his first executive orders will be to charge Mexico and Canada a 25% tariff on all products coming into the United States. He also says he'll charge China an additional 10% tariff. Trump says he's putting pressure on these countries to stop the flow of drugs such as fentanyl and migrants from coming across the border.
The question really is, how big are these tariffs going to be? Because this is the first salvo. It could be a negotiation. We don't know for sure.
Canadian officials say they will discuss the issues with the incoming administration.
Mexico's president also said she was willing to talk, but suggested Tuesday that Mexico could respond with tariffs of its own. And a Chinese embassy official warned that no one will win a trade or tariff war.
The president-elect notched a big legal win Monday after the Justice Department special counsel effectively dropped 2 high-profile cases against him. Jack Smith says that Trump's re-election means he cannot be tried on charges that he plotted to overturn the results of the 2020 election.
The dismissal is not because they don't stand behind the evidence, they feel it's strong, but because the Constitution mandates that they cannot prosecute a sitting president.
Smith also asked a federal appeals court to remove Trump as a defendant in the classified documents case in Florida, which is currently being appealed. Trump called the cases political hijacking. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Still to come on KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
Forget about that huge bird this year, because the turkey breast we're cooking today is just the right size and filled with lots of flavor.
And we're tracking some rain chances as we head into Wednesday. We'll talk about that, plus the Thanksgiving Day forecast when we come back. Welcome back to the KOAM News at Noon. So we've had ourselves, again, that mix of partly to mostly cloudy skies. Now up north in our far northern counties, especially in the parts of southeast Kansas, dealing with some thicker cloud cover, and that is why we've got some cooler temperatures out there. Let's start though with that look outside from downtown Pittsburgh. And well, you see it got so cloudy that things became very gray outside. It's not really that great. So this is why it said top line, bottom line. I've been helping, and we've been making a few adjustments, and I didn't make the right adjustments, apparently. Well, let me tell you about what we've got. We've got those skies. So here, we'll just do it this way. We can do it this way. We've done it this way before. We've got a mix of sun and clouds out there from our camera downtown Pittsburgh. Now, on the future track, as we head later into the day, it's still going to be that partly to mostly cloudy situation that we've been experiencing, and that's how it's going to remain. Now, with the southerly winds, again, we'll get some warmer air in here, but where the thicker clouds are, especially in our northern counties, it may not be as warm as everyone to the south. Now, because of the clouds, it will actually result in our temperatures this evening falling a little slower, and that way we don't get as cold tonight as we did yesterday. So we're back into the upper 30s and a lot of low 40s out there, but we're also going to have those clouds really fill in. Now, as we head into tomorrow morning, this is about 10 a.m., we're going to start to see opportunities for an isolated shower or two out there, and these are going to be relatively isolated with slightly better chances, say by 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, future track, I know it looks like there's this big wall of rain coming. Unfortunately, that doesn't look to be the case, but in these green areas, that's where we're looking at the better opportunities for some isolated showers. Now, some good news, the rain looks to wrap up at the latest 9, maybe 10 o'clock. And the reason that's good news is temperatures are going to plummet Wednesday night into Thursday morning. So Thanksgiving, we're going to start cold. It's going to be breezy tomorrow as well. I'll talk about those winds in a moment. So that's something to keep in mind. With that said, though, we could have some freezing that could take place on some of the bridges and overpasses out there that could lead to some patchy black ice across the area. So quick look at temperatures for you. We're sitting at 47 in Joplin. Winds are calm, and again, we've got that partly to mostly cloudy sky out there. Same over in Pittsburgh, but a little cooler. Clouds have been a little thicker up there, sitting at 43 degrees. And around the region, again, cooler up north. We've had some thicker clouds. We have some low 40s out there. And then a little further south, I got the upper 40s, and even some low 50s into parts of Delaware County. So for the rest of today, most of us should at least make the low 50s, but there'll still be some upper 40s out there. That south wind 5 to 10. Mostly cloudy overnight. Again, most of us low 40s, but some upper 30s will be possible. And as we head into Wednesday, warmer upper 50s, but the winds out of the south shifting out of the east and then eventually out of the north as we get on the backside of this low pressure, and they'll be gusting upwards of 20 miles an hour out there. And of course, those isolated shower chances. Thanksgiving, it's going to be cold. Now, we might make some highs upper 30s, low 40s, but we're going to spend most of the day into the 30s. So it'll be sunny, it'll be clear, but be prepared for that. And if you're staying late with the family, if you're leaving late at night, we're down to the mid-20s for our overnight lows out there. Now, over the next 10 days, it's going to be a little harder to see, but I'll go over it with you all here. We are going to go, again, low 40s on Thanksgiving, some upper 30s, mid-40s by Friday, upper 40s Saturday. Then we're back into the upper 30s, low 40s by Sunday. And as we head into the next work week, we do start to warm back up, pushing, looks like near 60 by next Thursday. So there's all this roller coaster ride of temperatures.
A while too.
It has. It's been going on for about 2 or 3 weeks now. It's just been up and down and up and down.
All right. Thanks, Chris. We'll stick around. We're making stuffed and rolled turkey breast in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. Howard is making stuffed and rolled turkey breast in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Everyone knows you gotta have turkey for Thanksgiving, right? But what if we're hosting a smaller crowd, or we simply don't want to deal with that big old bird? Well, we've got a solution that starts off with a turkey breast and will end up being the talk of the holiday table. We begin by placing a boneless, skinless turkey breast on a cutting board, flattening it just like we would a chicken breast. If you don't see a boneless breast, just ask the butcher to bone one for you. We top it with some stuffing that we made with some dried cranberries. And as for the stuffing, that can be a shortcut one or even homemade. Now, we roll this up jelly roll style and place it seam side down in a roasting pan. We brush the whole thing with some seasoned oil and into the oven it goes until it's cooked through. You know, this is a whole lot easier than cooking a big bird. And when it comes to carving this, it doesn't get any easier. Does this look good or what? And with all that yummy stuffing rolled up in it, it's like a double bonus. The recipe for our stuffed and rolled turkey breast is online now, so you can take the stress out of making your holiday dinner. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a spirally tasty way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
You can find this recipe on KOAMnewsnow.com. Now here's a look at the 4-state market prices.
All right, so we've got a pretty decent day today, upper 40s, low 50s, upper 50s tomorrow, windy, maybe an isolated shower too. Temperatures plummeting Wednesday night into Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's dry but cold, and again, do watch out for the possibility of patchy black ice, especially on bridges and overpasses with any rain that might freeze from Wednesday. We'll stay cold into the weekend and start warming back up next week.
All right, there's that roller coaster.
Always on it.
Yes, all right, thanks Chris and Dowd here first later on.
A lot coming up at 5 for starters. November is National Diabetes Month. It's estimated nearly 40 million Americans have diabetes, including adults and kids, according to the National Institutes of Health. More and more young people are being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes in recent years. We're going to take a look at just why that is. Plus, the Neosho Fire Department receives a grant for equipment upgrades, and we'll visit Fairview Elementary for the annual second grade Balloons Over Fairview Parade. Hope you'll join us for those stories. A lot more, of course. It's coming up today. KOAM News at 5.
Absolutely. Lots to look forward to. Thanks, Dow. And that's the news for now. Thank you for joining us on KOAM News at noon. We'll see you right back here at 5. Until then, have a great rest of your day.